we're doing red Harvey Dent just because I want to. So I'm gonna tell you all of the canon things I know and all of the fanon things I know because they are a little bit different. I wrote one down. We'll get to it, but one of them is wrong and I'll tell you why. I'm so excited, nothing has to match on the opposite side of my face. So Harvey Dent's original name was Harvey Kent, I guess. And they decided that it was too close to Superman's alias. And we're like, we can't continue with that. So they changed it to Harvey Dent because they wanted to keep like the same sound, I guess. They were like, we can't change it too much because it was already pre-established. So it's like, if we change a single syllable, certainly it'll be fine. He was Gotham's district attorney when he got his face injury. He was really dedicated to clearing up the crime scene and gang activity in Gotham before he went a little psychotic, little crazy. I know I started on this side, but I am gonna go back to doing this side because if I start on this side and it gets all glistening and greasy while I'm doing the face paint and everything, I know I'm gonna get pissed off. So I'm gonna switch sides really quick. I'm gonna do a line down the center just so I know. I'm gonna put it slightly to the right so that I can overlap it with face paint, but so I know where it ends, you know? Then we're using this Maron liquid latex to kind of outline everything. So it seems like it kind of changes on who got him injured and just a little bit of how. The main one that seems to be the most consistent is that Sal Maroni, he seems to be the general consensus of like who is hurting Harvey. The main story that I was seeing people refer to as well was that he was on trial and that he was talking to Harvey and he basically wanted to get revenge on him in the room. And so he just was like, okay, and just like had a bottle of acid on him somehow and just like threw it straight at him. And no, I'm not covering my eyebrow. I don't feel like it. And will I regret it later? Yes, absolutely. I do every time. And this is just a base layer of latex. It's not super line straight yet. The other version that I saw that was referenced a lot was the Christian Bale movie version, which was the live action Harvey Dent that was not Gotham Knights. Basically what happens is Rachel gets taken and like kidnapped. They basically make an agreement that if Harvey dies in the building that's like on fire and is like actively about to explode, then Rachel will be safe and they won't kill her. Is what it seemed like. I'll be honest, I did not focus a whole lot on the live action one, which I really should have because it looked so good. But I think I really want to watch that movie instead of just like reading about it and like watching little clips of it, especially with how much I saw of it. I think that maybe it would be better if I actually sat down and, I don't know, saw the movie that's 15 years old. I actually don't know how old that movie is. I think 15 years. That sounds right. The version that I think I like the most out of what I was seeing is the version of him where he is conscious of what is happening. He knows what Two-Face is doing the whole time and he's not actively in control of it, but he is aware. There is a version of him, if I remember right, that he is totally, completely unaware of what Two-Face is doing and he wakes up and he's like, I don't know what's going on. There's multiple versions of him all over the place because everybody wants to do him a little bit different, which I mean, like, that's how all DC villains work really, is they're like, well, I think I could do this better. And honestly, a lot of the time they do get better and better every single time. It's just with Two-Face, he just gets a little bit different, it seems like. I want to make sure there's like a thick base layer. So I'm gonna go through and do some of this really quick and then we'll go through and dry it again. I don't want any of it to be like a solid even patch just because that's not how a scar works at all. I'm also gonna like scrape it down the side of my neck. It's gonna be, I should probably change my hoodie soon into like a short sleeve because I absolutely have an idea of what I'm wearing and it is not this hoodie. Now that's going down my neck. I feel like the shape is better. I got a tank top because I knew that I needed to cover more of this portion of like my neck and chest and I knew it would be a pain in the ass to take off if I went any further anyways. Here's the thing that I get a little confused about, okay? I understand that in the versions where he had acid thrown at his face during the trial, I totally understand this portion up getting fully like dismantled and disgruntled. And this part I get because he's wearing a full suit. This part being burned, when they multiple times show that he is fully covered even after the acid, I'm like, how does that work though, dude? Back to actual facts now, instead of me just rambling. He was trained by Deathstroke in how to like wield firearms, and I'm assuming partially how to fight. Here's why I'm saying partially, okay? In the Christian Bale movie, when he is going through the trial with Sal Maroni, and he is like in the courtroom, he fully disarms Sal as like just a regular civilian. Like that's way before he gets any training from any villains, because he's not a villain yet. I don't understand his level of training prior to becoming a villain. I like don't get that at all. That was something I missed, and something that not a lot of people were explaining. I just tore up a bunch of this cotton, so I'm gonna go ahead, cover it in latex. I did know this, again, this is partially because I have read Absolute Batman. I've read some of the original Batman series too. The problem is I didn't read far enough in, because I started from the 1940s comic. So like I am behind because I started too far back. So I have no idea what Harvey is like in that regard, because I'm too far, like they haven't introduced him yet. They're only working with the Joker and not Grundy. Oh my god, I'm never gonna remember his name. And it's not Abomination. Why can I not remember his name? My little guy. Why can I not remember his name? His name starts with a W. Why? Woes. Bizarro. Bizarro is who I'm thinking of. I'm almost positive that's wrong. So it doesn't matter, but Bizarro is who I was thinking of. Now that there's like holes and shit and I can like move around some things, I'm gonna dry this fully and then we're gonna start painting it. We're gonna use a strange combination of things here, because I'm gonna paint the base of this, but I'm gonna use some alcohol paints all over, but mainly here where it has to blend back into my skin. God, did you just see my neck stick together? It's gonna be such a pain in the ass to get off of me. That's okay. In almost every version of Batman and Harvey Dent's story, they are besties for a long time. Whether it's from when they were kids or not is kind of where it gets a little dicey, because there's a lot of versions that have them as like best friends since childhood. I'm gonna have to paint my ear. That looks like I painted super low, but you'll see why. The shirt that I'm wearing is super low cut. So now we're gonna move on to the Skin Illustrator palette. I've used this maybe twice. And honestly, I think the last time I used it was for a burn, like was for a fake burn. So I'm gonna take some of these softer brushes and get into this palette. I can't lift it to show you, but basically the whole thing is like covered in alcohol right now. I shouldn't have breathed in there. He leaves everything up to chance. Everything that he has to deal with in his life now becomes a game of chance based off of his coin flip. I thought the coin flip was to decide like major things, but again, in most versions that I was able to find, he is using it for everything under the sun. If he was trying to decide what he wanted on Uber Eats, he would be using it. If he's trying to decide whether or not he should use a gun or a knife to kill somebody, he's using it. Like he is using it every single time without fail. Also, I didn't write it down. I did not realize that Two-Face is the first person to say, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Very fitting for his character, obviously, but I didn't realize that that was him. So when I heard him say it while I was watching through clips, I was like, hello? Ooh, that's a dark color. Everything else wasn't showing up, but it's probably not showing up because I'm putting it on red. Because he was the DA before becoming Two-Face, he set up all of these harsh, cruel punishments for people who would enter into the Gotham prison system after they committed a crime or anything. Even if they were like a hardcore villain or like a very basic one, he set up this like ridiculously intense system for all of them. No matter who you were, what you did, you were getting this intense treatment. And that's because he saw everything and sees everything as a very black and white system. He does not believe in like oh, well, we should check it based off of what happened in the situation, what was the context. He's like, no, you fucked up, you fucked up. That's how we're seeing it. That's how we're going to go with it, which obviously is very flawed. But I think that's part of why he sees so much growth after he becomes a villain. I think that's good for now. I think when I start to get to the shadows on this side, I can kind of mess around over here and add on. But for right now, I think this is good. So since I already did the eyebrow on this side, I'm gonna start with like an eye base because I kind of want this to be like femme glam. So I'm gonna put this concealer on under. I don't really have a ton of red spots over here, so I'm just gonna over the two. I'm gonna go over those spots with this Fenty concealer. I just want this to have like a very strong base so I can wear it for like pictures and stuff for a little bit. So I don't just put this on and, you know, do nothing with it. I'm gonna use this ColourPop Stone Cold Fox palette, and I'm gonna use, ignore how gross this is. I'm gonna use this color here just to start like a base of like, it's gonna go like straight out kind of, you'll see. I saw a channel though talking about how Harvey Dent is kind of a reminder to the viewer and the reader at all times that Batman is like one failed mission away from ending up where Harvey is. He didn't take care of his mental health after a terrible, terrible accident happened, and he lost his credibility in Gotham. So he's like, Harvey Dent obviously fell through and didn't get any help, and now is in the place that he is with Two-Face. Let's say that were to happen to Batman in any way, shape, or form. If Batman were to have some form of terrible accident, or maybe it's just him like getting outed to Gotham that he is Batman, he would lose a fair amount of his social credibility in a lot of circles for numerous reasons, but the main ones being, A, he's been playing around in a bat suit at night. If it were the real world, he would be so ridiculed so fast that he was playing around in a bat suit every night. But also, the whole town is run by the Maronis. So the Maronis would be like, oh, so we have to kill you now. Yeah, I just used this color down here. It's called Drama Mama. I'm gonna fix the shape of this too because I want it to like, you know, like really wing out. I don't want it to like pull focus. I mean, it really can't. The whole right side of my face is red. What the fuck am I talking about? I didn't realize this at all. He has 3 different like canon scar colors. I have always known about the red and the blue. The blue one I think is the one that I grew up with, and the red one is obviously the one in the comics and the one in the live action. Because the red one is the real one, like the most realistic out of all of the colors that he's had. And then the blue one is the most iconic to me, looks the most like Two-Face. Two-Face? It looks the most like Two-Face to me because that's the one that I grew up with. But also sometimes, I don't know what this is about me, sometimes when I see pictures of Two-Face and I see art of Two-Face, if it's too much this way, I do think it's Red Skull. And that's nothing to the artist, obviously. That's something with my lack of comprehension skills, like showing through. But I will absolutely think it's Red Skull sometimes and be like, oh, that's really weird. Why is this tagged with DC? But his other canon scar color is a like bright green color. And that was from when he was originally introduced as Harvey Dent. And I looked around for what was like the most widely regarded game or movie for him. And it seems like the most widely regarded game that everybody thinks represents him the best is Arkham Knight. It seems like everybody thinks that the Arkham series in general is a good representation of him, but that Arkham Knight is like kind of the best one to go to if you want like a character study of him. And if you want a live action, the Christian Bale live action is like the only one to go to as well, apparently. I'm gonna try to do this wing as like best I can and like sharp. You notice my eye just turned black. That's because I got liquid eyeliner all over it. Yeah, I like that a lot. I just have to, you know, dry my eye out now really quick. Now that the eye is like basically done, I'm gonna shape it with the concealer really quick. This is the thing that I was saying that is like partially wrong, partially right. What I have written is that in the fanon, Harvey is taller than Bruce. And from what I was finding at the time was that in every iteration, Harvey is shorter. Because Harvey is supposed to be like 6 foot even and Bruce is supposed to be 6'3". So I was finding a bunch of stuff being like, no, he's shorter. And I was like, okay, so that must be a fanon thing. The only exception is the Arkham game series, which would make sense why people are like, well, why the fuck would you think that? Because in every TV show, every animated series, he is shorter, 100%. Like, is, at the very least, he's like the same height. Like, he's here on Bruce. In the game, he's like this much taller. It's so insane. Like, I was watching it, I was like, well, of course everybody thinks he's that height because he's huge. For him to have that much of a physical difference to him would mean that he's 6'5" if Bruce is accurate height. I'm putting on foundation now, and then I'm gonna put another layer of concealer as like highlight, but this was just to reshape the eye really quick. So that was the only one that I found that I got like disproven on immediately, is that like in the Arkham series, he is significantly taller. Okay, now we go back in with the concealer again, just highlight over. In the fanon, this man spoils everyone around him all of the time. And I 100% understand this. Because at this point, at the point that most fan fiction is written, he is already past the point of becoming Two-Face, right? So at that point in his life, many people have left him to just kind of rot and die. And there's not really much he can do about it except wallow in pity. But if he's already at that point, then having somebody left in his life that he can spoil, because it's not like his money just disappeared. He was still a DA for like, who knows how many years beforehand, you know? Some blush really quick. I am gonna do orange and pink mix just cause I don't think I can lean either way, because I don't think pink blush by itself looks good on me, but like a mixed blush does to me. I think I'm gonna do the nose now, because the nose is gonna be so difficult. I already struggled to do my nose in the first place, so to have to do my nose very like delicately. I'm gonna put this foundation on with a brush. Is something on this brush? Something is on this brush. Okay, there we go. Oh, fear, immediate fear. Let's do some contour on the nose really quick, very gently, because it's so much more of a pain in the ass to fix right now. One of my favorite fanon things that I saw was that Jason is absolutely Harvey's favorite, which honestly, yeah, who else would be? The way that Jason serves justice in comparison to Harvey, of course he would be his favorite. And just in general, he went through a very similar near-death experience caused by his dad in some universes. Well, I mean, in every universe Jason's is caused, but not in every universe Harvey's is caused. From what I could tell, the final pushing moment for some of Harvey is Batman some of the time. But for the most part, it's not Batman's fault. I think I want to put a lash on this eye. You know what? I'm going to do my lips first. I'm going to do my lips first because I have other things I want to do. I want to fix this more. This doesn't look quite right to me either. I'm going to try using this NYX liner. Might be too deep. No, I think that's right. I think that's good. Then I'm going to use this NYX lipstick in the center. Now I'm going to put this lash on this eye, and then I'm going to kind of fix up this side because the side looks so strange to me. Oh my god, and guys, I found my lash glue finally. One of the things that I greatly appreciate is that in most versions of the fanon things that I saw, he kept all of his charisma and charm and everything that he had before, because that doesn't leave. Sure, he becomes like bitter and he starts being more like upset about things, obviously, because he has a lot going on. Has a harder time joking, but you don't lose charisma like that. Especially because before the accident, he was such a charismatic person. For him to lose all of it would be so incredibly difficult. Like, I cannot even imagine. So when people in a fanon like remove that kind of shit pisses me off. I'm like, what is the point of the character? What did you like about this character actually though? Now I have to like do some smoke on this side. I'm gonna put this on the waterline just to give some depth to the eye, because obviously I know that his eye would not be like naturally smoked out now. Hey, where are you sticking? This is the side with latex on. But it's kind of hard to leave that as like a solid white line and have it look normal. This way a little bit. Didn't talk for any of that because it stressed me out so bad. Holy shit. Yeah, I definitely have to repaint that red a little bit. A little bit. My entire eye is covered in black. That's okay. Watch I just fuck that all up. Watch I just fuck that all up and it won't come off. That would be so funny. It would be funny to me. I know it's kind of like stupid to watch, but it would be so fucking funny to me. I'd pull out my face paint anyways because I think this entire side is done. So I just have to like paint my hair on this side. Every fan base and every ship in a fan base has their like little trope that basically everybody uses, right? Super bats is like them not understanding each other, or like one of my favorites is a thing that Clark does with Bruce, as far as I remember. Clark does with Bruce. It's a thing that Clark does with Lois where he like can memorize her heartbeat so he can hear if it like falters at all. There's like a moment in the comic when Lois is pregnant where he like wakes up from a nightmare because he can hear the difference in the heartbeat because he can tell that she is pregnant now and he can hear the second one. My favorite super bat trope is that Clark memorizes Bruce's heartbeat so he can hear it falter for a second. And that's like a thing that helps so much. Like I'm still gonna tap it down a little bit more, but that looks so much better than how painfully plain it was before. But it seems like the angsty trope that Two Bats uses every single time because their ship name is Two Bats, and I think that's very funny. The one that it seems to be used all the time is there's a face that Bruce makes when he first sees Harvey turn into Two-Face. And it seems like everybody loves the trope that he misinterprets Bruce's concern for absolute disgust. For story writing, that's so good. And I know I just fucked it up there. However, I need to add some texture in this area, so I am gonna use this again. I just hope I don't fuck it up royally. I think this is so cool. And I think this being here and like disconnecting my mouth from this mouth helps with the teeth thing, because I don't think I would have been able to do the teeth thing properly just with my skill set. A light just turned on. My light bulbs have been like dying, and this one just turned on out of nowhere. It's probably gonna turn off again in like 2 minutes. That's okay. I have to gel my hair back, and you're gonna have to deal with the fact that I don't know how to do that very well. And then I have to paint the right side of my hair white. The last thing I have is a little bit foreign to me, so I have to read it very specifically. I wanna make sure this is like totally gelled back. Otherwise it's gonna look a little strange. Especially the sides of my hair are so crazy still. The fact that this light has stayed on so long, it's been off for like weeks. From what I can tell, there is a great divide between these two options, and here they are. 1, Harvey is well aware that Matches Malone is Bruce Wayne and chooses to just do nothing about it. The second one is that he has no idea that Bruce is Matches Malone and actively is like trying to figure out why he is so comfortable around him and like cannot figure it out for the life of him. I kind of like that one more. That one's like kind of more fun to me. Here's the thing. I woke up wanting to do this morning. I didn't plan this. So it's not like I knew I was gonna need to buy white hairspray. I wanna make sure that it's like basically straight down the center. If I do wear this at any point to any event, I will in fact be buying hairspray because this does not look great to me. I don't like it. I think this looks super sick. I obviously don't just own a half and half shirt or suit. So this is about as good as you're getting. But this looks so fucking cool. I love every single moment of this. I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I learned about this character. I've been wanting to learn about him forever, and because of this new movie, I have been just dying to learn about him. So I am so excited that I did this. If you want me to do more videos like this, please let me know. I would love to do another one like this, and I would love to have another character to do it for. I do think I could have done this burn a little bit better, I will say. I do think this looks a little bit put together in a weird way. I don't think there's enough like lesions and stuff. I think it's just very like deep and like very obviously not skin. But I don't think it looks directly like a burn, and I know I could do better. I also would love, again, to get some white hairspray for this if I was to do this again. I don't know that I will. I might. Who knows? I had such a good time with this. I hope you guys had a good time watching, and I hope that you stay cool and that you stay cringe, and I'll see you later. Bye.